Well, hello, Susie. I am so happy to actually interview you. You know, you and I have talked a few times on the phone about being a Meetup host. So why don't you tell me why you decided to become a Meetup host?
Oh my gosh, it was a no-brainer, Kristen. It was like, what? James has got this fabulous program available, and if you want to do it, you can. I just said, sign me up. I love learning, and I love having access to all of these amazing speakers from around the world. I mean, who wouldn't want to learn from the very best? And it is my intention here in the very sick state of Mississippi is to build a local community of true wellness, integrative, functional medicine practitioners. I was kind of doing it on my own for a couple of years in my home with we had about 28 folks that would come over. You know, I would cook, sing and dance, sell tickets, and it was just a little bit too much. And so then when James's platform became available, and then I got the confidence to access his platform, that's when it was like, oh man, we got to do this. And so thus it began.
What gave you the confidence?
Well, I actually went to the to Jeff Bland's conference in Seattle, Personalized Lifestyle Medicine Thought Leaders.
Yep.
So I was going out there thinking, boy, I sure hope I can understand 20% of what they're saying. And I got out there and I was in the groove. I could handle it. I loved it. I just was like, these are my people. I want to do what they're doing. And so I came home, and the next time that offer came around from James, I just clicked and said, sign me up.
Well, what value have you gotten from doing it? Because you said you did it kind of on your own, and now that you've got the confidence, what value are you getting from it?
Oh my gosh. I am known as a leader in our community for wellness and functional medicine, which is really kind of cool. A lot of it is unspoken because, you know, in Mississippi, new is very difficult sometimes. And so there are a lot of people that are watching and seeing. I could see on my MailChimp when I send out the evites to come to this, that some very big hitters in medical systems are opening these emails and they're seeing them. I'm also providing links and, you know, my favorite websites down here. So I'm teaching them. I'm acting as a kind of like a segue teacher. Okay, here we go. Kind of like leading little M&Ms for ET.
Oh,
Come on, let's go. We got to go down this road.
Go home, right? Like come back here to where it all began.
Come, learn. And it's fun. So,
oh, I love hearing that. So what is your favorite part about it?
Well, being with my friends and my peers, we have, currently our group is about 6 to 8 folks that come, which is small, but that is okay. We're very dedicated, and we have like 2 nurse practitioners, 3 nurses, 1 nutritionist, and 2 chiropractors that are, and we had 1 MD almost come, but we're working on that. So, you know, we have the we have that tier rock solid, and we are tight group. I mean, all you got to do is send a text, and they're responding immediately to whatever it is you need.
Well, I can imagine this little think tank you've got going on. So tell me, what comes as a result of this little think tank, this collaboration, this listening to the functional forum? Like, tell me, how do you do it? And then what is some of the conversation like?
Oh my gosh. Well, I do, like I said earlier, I do send out a MailChimp evite. And then I can track it. I can see who's opening and who's not. And then then we, you know, get a place and we go meet. We've done it in we've tried 3 different locations, And I think since we had our EvoMed conversation, I think we're going to take off next month and then really do a big event in April. Is our intention, where you have to pay for dinner and we have a pre-speaker and then the lecture.
So that was what I was going to ask next, was like, what's come of, you know, how has the evolution of medicine helped you, or maybe even our conversation? Like, so what did you kind of think going into this? Maybe what are some of the things that you learned? And then now what are you doing? You know what I mean? Maybe as per our conversation that we had, or something else that somebody.
Well, it's very clear to me that I grew in my estimation of how important these conversations are through the Functional Medicine Forum meetups. These meetups are very important and they're very professional. I mean, they are on par with anything being offered anywhere, basically, in the professional world. And it just told me that I need to amp up and, you know, stand up a little straighter and say, okay, here's the deal. You're lucky to have this information. Come on in. Let's learn together. My biggest hope is that I'm really, you know, I have several neighbors that are physicians, and I keep asking them all the time, please, I'd love for you to come to this meeting. It would just be so fabulous if you would be the first functional medicine cardiologist in Mississippi, if you would be the first functional medicine OBGYN, you know, and they look at me, you know, kind of, huh? But I'm not giving up. I'm gonna just keep at it.
So after our conversation that you and I had, maybe a month and a half ago,
right?
What did you decide? Did you decide to change anything after that conversation?
Yes, I did. I decided to get more formal and be a little bit more organized. This is a, you know, casual volunteer type situation for me, and I need to make it more, my intention is for me and my partner to make it more happy.
What would you tell someone who is thinking about doing this, but they just don't know? So like, what would you tell someone to do, how they should be thinking if they want to start?
Oh my gosh, just do it. Just get you, even if it's just 3 people, which we had the first meeting. We had so much fun together. Just, you're bound to have 3 or 4 professionals that are there that are, that you're already in contact with, that you can say, hey, come on, let's do this together. You know, it's kind of like, let's go have a drink and a dinner together. Let's go have this drink and a lecture together, is basically what this turned out to be. And it just, and then when they feel so included, it really strengthens the tribe, and it gives them the hey, I heard the best lecture. Don't you love it, at a cocktail party or some function? I heard the best lecture last night. It was about that. And then you get to share new information, and it keeps things very stimulating and moving forward.
How do you run it? Do you you know, have a little intro and then play the entire forum and everybody watches it? Do you have, do you do open discussion? Just tell me a little bit about how it looks.
Well, we get there early and we talk and chit chat. You know, we love to talk. And so we just get in there and have to do the deal, do the dancing deal for a little while. And then we turn on the video and listen to it. And then afterwards, everybody's just in like a Zen state because they're so fired up about learning that it's just, then we just float off.
So do you have any discussion, kind of organic discussion?
We do have organic discussions. We have them usually beforehand, and then during the month we will have discussions. So we stay in contact with each other, and it's very nice.
Okay. Well, yeah. I am so grateful for your time, and I am going to be here. You contact me anytime to help you brainstorm.